Day 17, and I'd like to kind of continue from the last video. It's for me personally, it's about my family story, or with my sibling more specifically, but it's really what I want to share here is how to go through or move through like a thick and maybe difficult dynamic or difficult chapter in a family relationship, within your family relationship. So something today happened, as in more like I realized something, I was made aware of something that, and the realization was, apart from whatever factual kind of piece around the event, but the realization on the back of that was that things are, it's like this is this separation of mine that I talked about in the last video, where my life as She Maverick and from my 51 onwards, it's gonna be finally living that dream of mine. However, at times it feels like a nightmare, to just stand in this desire to be separate from everything and everyone. Not because I don't love anyone. In fact, I very much love my family deeply and many other people in my life, but I still want to be separate. So that's a tough call, I think for all of us, particularly, actually I'm not going to go there. It's I was going to talk about communication, but that's language. I'm not going to go there. But what I wanted to say is that, so I realized this thing, and I thought, okay, well, this means that my separation is getting firmer. I'm separating even further. It's all getting deeper and it's getting more solid. It's being affirmed over and over again over the last few weeks. And so it's like, I think I mentioned in the last video, there's no turning back. And the reason, and I don't want to turn back, I just hope that, wherever I will, or me and those family members, wherever we will end up, in some near future will be for better. Everyone will be actually happy and content with the relationship that we have. But in the meantime, the feeling is like sadness and pain and anger, because I don't know what's happening necessarily on the other side of this dynamic. Because I'm not in communication necessarily, so I don't know. And even if I were, I wouldn't be talking about this. I don't think it's useful. So my point is, you're left with the sense of, with silence and with with the furthering of separation, and you could really go either way, like to think the best and that actually it's all fine and it's just maybe the other party has also accepted this and it's just kind of moving on and going with their life, as it were, and are not upset or hurt, or they are, and all of the things that I just said, they actually are upset, hurt, and angry and whatever. So I'm finding myself fluctuating between these, like, I wanna, not I wanna believe, actually, like I wanna be that. That's kind of the path I wanna go down. I do wanna believe the best, even if it's not, even if I think it's not, even if I know it's not. I want to try to, because the point here isn't about blissing out, escapism, or what's the other word when you say bypassing, right? It's not, because other person's motives and anything they do and why they do it isn't my concern, isn't anyone's concern. Rather, what I mean, if whatever other person, someone in your life, whatever they're on about, whatever they're doing, thinking, feeling, it's not for you to second guess. You can communicate if you believe in communication and dialogue, and if you find it useful, good. But otherwise, it's second guessing is just such a waste of everything and time and energy. And so that's what I mean. But I want to believe the best, because that keeps me, that frees me up from that person, because then I'm all good. Because the reason I'm occupying myself with this person is because I'm worried, partly, and also kind of, I suppose there are consequences that could come out as a result of if the silence is, as the separation is kind of leading towards litigation, let's say, or dispute, or not legally, just like falling out is what I mean, falling out. So there will be consequences as a result of falling out that then I get worried about, because they're kind of practical and whatever else. And so yeah, so my point is, this is all like doing it in your head because you don't know for sure. So the final piece is what I really want to say here. The takeaway is, let me try to see if I can pause it. Yeah, I just remembered how I can hopefully put it succinctly. So today I've been feeling this pull, like sadness, anger, like I said, thinking, oh, are they just being nasty or being this or the other, or are they just actually being okay and they're fine and all that? And it's hurts, and it hurts me that someone I love, however much I'm doing in my own way, might be hurting because of me, or just actually being upset with me or whatever. So that hurts me. I can't help that. But then and this is the piece, I just remember why I'm doing all this and how much happiness me doing me the way I need to do it actually gives me. And yes, I talked about there is a pang of guilt sometimes, how not guilty I feel when I'm like this, when I remember that and when I'm in that space. But so the guilt is like really thin, and it's nowhere near as, if at all, present. So I fluctuate between this sadness and anger, and then I just go, hold on, but why am I doing this? I'm not doing it for them. I'm not doing it to upset them. I'm not doing it to just not doing it for anyone. I'm doing it for me. And there's such freedom in that. There's such relief in that. And for me, joy, because what I'm doing, I love. I love my life separate from everyone, particularly my family, particularly certain members of my family. I love it. I love it. And I'm not going to apologize for that. And I love them. I love them with all my heart. I love them. And I love being separate from them. And the joy, there's something about this, if you think you could feel energetically what I'm talking about, that just makes me forget about and just like not worry. Whatever it is, it's just really this. I do this because I'm doing this, I'm being this way because it's my truth, and what's higher than your truth, however wonky it might be to someone else. Okay. On that note, have a great day 17. See you tomorrow.